In this video, I'm going to acknowledge some action takers and share my screen while answering some frequently asked questions. Hey RX hackers, let's start by acknowledging some action takers. Congrats to Brittany, Lucas, Brad, David, Shelby, Daisy, Tim, Natalia, LNA, and Shintu for your latest referral signups. You are on your way to another way of life and unleashing the power of referrals and true residual income. And just so you know, I reward action takers with additional perks and make sure you get the support you need to truly excel. For those that may not be aware, we pay you for bringing like-minded individuals into our program. Not just one time either, but every time your referral earns a paid claim, you do as well. Add several referrals to the mix, and that's truly when the magic starts to happen. Okay, now it's time to switch over to the back administration office and claims dashboard to answer some frequently asked questions. So the first main question, and a lot of questions that have been coming across as of late, has been this commission earned widget, okay? A lot of the newbies that are coming on board, and if you're new with us, great questions, and I know it can be confusing, and hopefully this whole video and screen share will help. Of course, reach out if any of this stuff still doesn't make sense, and we can do a one-on-one. But a lot of you are seeing that this says 0. Well, this actually only shows the history, and meaning that, if you've been with us, you're going to see your prior month's totals. And that's what these little drop downs are for. As you can see here, this shows a lot of history. And this is actually for the March commission that was paid out, which was actually for February's claims. This is the total. Now, to clarify, so all of your claims that were for the current month, so in this case, if you were working March 1st through March 31st, accruing claims, those are not going to get paid to you until the following month on the 25th. So they'd get paid on April 25th. Now, at that point in time, on about the 20th of April, you're going to see your new total populate here. And then obviously this would change and it would have April. So it's going to show you a little bit ahead of time of what you're about to get paid for the current month, but it's mostly for you to see your history. Now, unfortunately, just with the data, the way it's collected, the way the PBMs do their thing, there's no way to actually post this in a live scenario. So none of the companies do that, unfortunately. So that is what it is. We just try to be able to give you a little bit of a heads up, excuse me, so a few days ahead of before the payroll on the 25th what it is. And then, of course, when you look at these, you're going to see your history here. And you can break all this stuff down into different ways to view your data, etc. So, and let's go over here real quick. Another common question is on the pay tiers, okay? And there you see this little information icon. That, by the way, I'll close this, and we're going to go back. We'll add one of these here, hopefully for the newbies and anybody that you recruit that will clarify too, because I know that has been a very common question on this commissions earned. Why are my numbers still showing 0 when I know I have paid claims? And that's why, because you're new with us and you don't have a history yet. But anyway, going back to the tier system, you can scroll through here and it'll basically explain everything. And once you hit those numbers, what your commission rate will change to, okay? I'm not going to go through all these other things. They're pretty self-explanatory. We did just modify this recently to where your card is right there kind of, on your main summary page. My cards, again, I won't explain that until a later time and what's happening there, but you'll see some neat data starting to pop up there when you click on that button if you've already produced some claims. Now, and then of course we've got the payments. Really everything else I think is pretty self-explanatory. Please reach out though if you have more questions on it. I'm going to kind of go over these widgets here on the claims dashboard next. And break some of that data down. Again, don't overthink it. Control what you can control. I know you guys have always heard that as well, but I'm always, happy to break this stuff down more on a personal call, or if we want to get on a Zoom, something like that. So let's go over to the claims dashboard. Now the claims dashboard, get a lot of stuff in here. I mean, there's so many things that you probably won't use depending kind of how you're marketing things. But let's get down to kind of the nitty gritty. Of course, you're going to see that tier widget there as well. Okay. And obviously you can filter things in many different ways. Again, you just you want to play around with this stuff. This is the big one, is obviously, controlling your dates. I typically would have something, for the running month, say we're in March, and it will tell you as well. Like, for example, we are actually in April right now, and as you can see, if you can see right here, it's got the 27th crossed out. That's because obviously we haven't hit that date yet. So it'll allow you to get to that whole range. Okay, and that's going to kind of show your current data and the numbers that you're producing. Now, this is another big question or a thing that I always like to explain, and it's about these total transactions. Sorry, let me take a drink real quick from my new birthday mug. Clear my throat. Okay, so total transactions. Right here, you're going to see this number, 100. Now, this won't be the same on everybody's dashboard, but down here you will have this 81 transactions. Okay, so let's start with these 4 widgets first. Just notice here there's a difference, 81 versus 100. Okay, on the 81 claims, that is with the main PBM, the main card that we use, that's RxSense. There's a couple other cards that go in there as well related to single care, same PBM, so that's why they're going to display here. Pretty self-explanatory, 81 total claims, but then 53 have been reversed. There's 28 net and there's 25 paid. The difference between the net and the paid which is the 3 claims, is due to usual and customary pricing and basically it not saving any money on the prescription. So we didn't get paid on that prescription because, for example, let's say that the cash price at a particular pharmacy was $10 and the discount card basically went through for $10 as well. It showed to adjudicate, but it actually didn't save any money. That's going to be one of these claims here that doesn't actually get paid. Okay, so that happens a lot of times on over-the-counter items. They get run as prescriptions, many different scenarios, but that's the big difference there. So now the big question is, why do I have 100 here and why do I have 100 or 81 claims here? Both show total transactions actually versus total claims. Well, this has to do with the difference in cards being used. Some of my individuals have been with me for a long time. We were using other cards. We still have those contracts that are still in place where we get paid on those residual claims. So people have those spread all over the place. That's the difference. So this difference between the 181, which is 19 claims, those are on the alternate cards. And unfortunately, they don't share the data like this here real clearly. They're the older PBMs. They're still good PBMs. They just don't have the data transparency like this company does. So there's 19 claims. Now, those are gross claims. So remember, those 19 claims, some of those could be, reversed, or they could be considered net claims. So you may not get paid for all 19, but that is the difference. And usually once somebody's been, had history, they can usually tell the reversal rate. Of those 19 claims, for example, only 15 got paid for, which they can kind of tell when they get paid. They can look at some other data and be able to determine, okay, I've got a certain reversal rate basically that I can expect. I'm not going to get paid for all of them, but that's the difference. So those additional claims are for those alternate cards. That's pretty much the main questions that I get, on the claims dashboard. I'm trying to look through here to see if there's anything else that, of course, you can break this down. You can slide it into the different ways to view your data. It tells you, everywhere where they're processed, the different locations. It'll come down and it'll tell you by the prescribers. It breaks the the medications, everything. So it's pretty cool, and obviously it shows your commissions earned. And you'll see some red. That red is basically your distributors, people that you refer into the business. So we break all that down. It'll show their little bit of their information too, to where you can kind of see what their numbers individually are as well. But you just need to play with the claims dashboard if you're new. And again, reach out if you have more detailed questions. I'd be glad to help you. I'd look forward to that. The more you guys know, the more comfortable and motivated you are. It helps everybody, and it's a win-win. So that's really it. Again, please reach out with questions, and I will help as much as I can, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching, and I look forward to helping you grow your business.